Our speech should always be in perfect pitch in terms of it capturing our actual vibration. And that's what we need to be in alignment with to create the reality that we truly desire.
How can we make 2025 the best year of our life?
My friends, I have put together the best manual for money manifestation that has ever been written. I'm also going to be doing 3 live trainings that goes over this entire document. Sign up on the link below and I'll see you on the other side. By getting to know what it is that's driving the core motivation that's driving our actions and behaviors, by asking yourself, what is it that you're trying to achieve, and understanding what is driving that behavior. So we have to start to differentiate between the programmed agendas that are part of our subconscious patterned egoic mind and what it is in terms of the desires and intentions that are true and germane to who and what we really are. So for us to have the best year that we could possibly have, it has to do with knowing ourselves more and operating more from the true self. And there are the books and the courses lay out how to do this. It's not just, I said that and it's like, oh, okay, I understand, but you don't have anything actionable, or there's no protocols. There's nothing tangible in regards to do. The teachings are here. The prescriptive protocols and teachings of how to do this are actually here. So when we work with ourselves in this way, our life will be more of a reflection of our own inner expansiveness, our love, our wisdom, our talents and abilities, and we'll be at a state of peace and equanimity rather than this constant grasping and yearning for something, always in need of something, always trying to fix or help, acquire or become, which is really the ego mind identity. So we make 2025 the best year of our lives when we start to work with ourselves properly and optimally. And if you understand that and you actually desire that, then pick up the books, take a class, take a course, because they are prescriptive. They actually show you how to do it, not just talk about it conceptually or some kind of broad generalization of how these things actually take place. So we cannot receive what we don't give. Once we understand how to work with ourself directly, how to invest in ourself directly, the universe mirrors, matches, and amplifies that. And always being on the outside, seeing what can be garnered without any real investment is always going to leave us on the outside, because then the universe can only match and amplify what it's like to be on the outside, because you haven't really invested in yourself. And so your reality will reflect that. It's that simple. We cannot receive what we don't give, and it's working within. We pay attention to what we pay for. And just start to understand that. What happens to people's lives when they do this? I don't think the ego mind identity really gets this. I just don't think, and I don't think it can. I don't think it can.
I love it. Another thing is, what you put out is what you get back, right? How can you expect somebody to buy your product or service or whatever the case may be, and you want to invest in one for yourself? So completely agree. Hey, 24 meditations in this, the tangible experience of all these teachings. RJ, if you can you just give us a brief synopsis of all 12 or 13 chapters in here? I'm just kidding.
They're good.
Okay, perfect. Okay. RJ, how much power do we have to proclaim something? Like, let's say that I started saying 2025 is going to be the greatest year of my life. And then everything that happened from day to day, I looked at that as like, that is further affirmations or further confirmations that 2025 is going to be the greatest year of my life. Can we really bring something about just by saying it and believing in it in that way?
No. Saying and believing, absolutely not. So you have to embody the resonance of that statement. That has to be an authentic statement that you resonate from within. So that's really what does it. Saying things and believing in things are weak. It doesn't make them true in any way. You still believe in Santa Claus? Right? Okay. So it has to be authentic resonance and alignment with the truth. You have to feel that statement in terms of the resonance of it, the truthfulness of that statement. And you have to be in authentic frequential resonance with it. Then you emanate that. And then the outer world will reflect that. So belief is not going to do it. Saying things is not going to do it. You could say all day long that 2025 is the year I turn into a beach ball. And you can believe that wholeheartedly. Guess what? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, right? But if you are in resonance, right, our speech should always be in perfect pitch in terms of it capturing our actual vibration. And that's how you know. And that's what we need to be in alignment with to create the reality that we truly desire. And part of the course that I'm going to teach on the metaphysics of money manifestation is going to go into great detail. It's going to dispel all this kind of stuff. We need to understand it. And it's not just about money. It's just energy. Everything is energy. But when we start to work with ourselves with metaphysical mastery of energy, then we realize that we can create everything, but it has nothing to do with saying it and believing it. That's completely and utterly irrelevant. It has to do with resonance, and it has to do with authenticity, and it has to come from within. And then we attune body mind to that in the resting and doing state, which is really the same thing. And that's the frequency that gets emanated that creates reality.
Can we just go back to that Santa's not real thing? RJ, who eats the cookies then? Let's be honest. I'm just kidding.
That's a good question. I think it's one guy that lives in Idaho who does make the rounds. I think it's this one gentleman. He's the one that drinks all the milk and eats all the cookies.
Bernard, I think his name is.
Yeah, well, that's not his real name.
Okay. RJ, could this be why affirmations don't work for a lot of people? They don't actually embody what they're saying, or?
Well, okay. I like this question because this is part of the current teachings that are not really effective. It's because our subconscious is responsible for 95% of the reality that we create. Okay. So we have layer after layer after layer of deep, deep programming that has been going on sometimes for eons of time, and certainly at least this incarnation from the very beginning that we get here. So this subconscious patterned egoic mind is what's running, and that's the emanation, and that's 95% of reality creation. It's actually a little bit more, but scientists today will tell you it's 95. It's closer to 98. That being said, layering affirmations on mantras on top of the programming that you already have going on is very, very ineffectual. It is not a reliable system for a manifestation, because essentially what happens is you are now emanating, because of the subconscious programming, you're emanating that specific frequency, that song, right? And now you're adding some affirmations and mantras on top of it. So now what you're doing, you're emanating two songs, two different things. No one can dance to two songs at the same time. I don't know why we think the universe is going to be able to do it. So we're sending these mixed messages, old programming, new programming, old programming, new programming. So what these things are missing is the deprogramming aspect. And now, again, if we go back to understanding the core motivation behind what it is that we're trying to achieve. And then once we illuminate if those core desires and intentions are what's been implanted within the subconscious mind, then we realize that we'll never actually achieve what it is that we truly desire, because we're not actually being authentic to who and what we really are. So there must be deprogramming. The layers of this must be brought into the conscious mind. It must be brought into the conscious mind. And so that's part of what is so vital to understand. Mantras and affirmations are ineffectual because of the song or the programming that we're already emanating, and we're just adding to that. We're conflating these two different things. And so, like I said, we're playing two different songs, and no one can dance to that. And that's why the net result of doing this is poor for people. And that's why these teachings, so-called teachings, are not very effective.
I am a beach ball. I am a beach ball.
Yeah.
I really felt the balance on that one, RJ. You know what I mean? So
you're looking different since you said that.
I'm morphing. Maybe I could bring in some AI to make me well, we talked about technology, so be careful, but maybe AI could turn me into a beach ball. Who knows?
If you are unaware, I lead a global meditation where all of us come together with a single pointedness of focus by harnessing our attention and intention, which is a massive amplification of our energy. which yields greater efficacy in terms of what it is that we desire to manifest. If you want to help change the world, literally, sign up on the link below because we're going to be doing another one very soon.